What's going on? In today's video, I want to share with you nine ways to get your together, okay? I'm going to share with you 9 things. So here's the truth, okay? COVID, pandemic, whatever, vaccinations, taxinations, recession going on, all of this stuff takes a mental toll on people's mind, right? And so naturally what happens is, let's just say this is you, okay? This is you, and you're living your life in this box, okay? How most people live their life in a box, okay? Box, they drive a box, they watch a box. You get what I'm saying? Okay? Now what happens is, something new comes in, okay? And you have not prepared yourself, okay? You have not prepared yourself. So new thing comes in. For example, what's happened, in the last 12, 24 months in the world, right? This is new. So new thing comes into your world. This is you, right? You do not know how to react, how to behave, how to process, how to look at different lens on making decisions. So naturally what happens? You feel overwhelmed, you feel stuck, you feel annoyed, you feel angry, you feel compelled to do things, to say things that you've never done before, right? Now, what I developed and what I learned, which I hopefully can help you, is that when you face challenges and things that happen sometimes out of your own control, either you develop and have the courage to become someone that can be bigger than this, bigger than all of this, okay? So what tends to happen is this is your box right now, okay? And that's all you see. This is all you see because this is all you're used to. Your friends, your family, whatever, okay? Media, TV, you shouldn't watch TV and the news, but whatever, you see that, right? Now, if you develop a box bigger than all of this, then you could say these problems that you go through is very small. And how do you make this very small? You have to change the lens that you look at it. You have to change the perspective. You have to give these things a new meaning. And when you do, you immediately feel empowered to take control, to take charge. And what I've done over the last 10 years or so, okay, because if anything used to happen to me bad or anything happened and I didn't know how to process it, I'd be very grumpy, very moody. I used to eat a lot of ice cream. Here's a picture on how big I used to be. And I'm pretty sure I've lost at least 40 pounds from that, okay? Now here's the thing. It's because I developed new ways to think, okay? I developed new habits, new routines, new characteristics, new personality traits, so that anytime these things happen, I can just get over them real quick. So here's what I want to share with you. 9 ways to get your stuff together, okay? Insert whatever word you feel compelled to add here. Step 1, awareness. If you aren't aware of it, of what's going on, okay, in your outside world, in your inside world, then you're going to have a hard time comprehending and being able to say, okay, I can change. So many people, they don't have any self-awareness when it comes to these things. So they feel attacked, and you can spot a person a mile away, right? Especially when they start complaining and whining, and it's like all you hear is victimization, right? I don't do well with that, okay? I actually have a rule with my wife. Anytime I complain, I have to pay £5. I do these things to keep me in check. I don't have to, but I do these things because I have the awareness as well, just like maybe you or some of you, okay, that I too fall into these traps where I'm like, the world is blah, blah, blah. Okay, the truth is the world is as it is. It's your perspectives that you want to change. So first step is gaining awareness. So how do you create awareness? Journal, reflect, sit in silence, think about your life and do an inventory. This is one of the most powerful things. Do an inventory of your marriage, of your relationships, of your friendships. I don't have many friends. I have 2 friends and they don't even live here. So I'm cool, okay? Do an inventory of your finances, of your investments. Do an inventory of the emotions that you feel on a day-to-day basis. And do this for the next 3 to 5 days. See how you feel. If you don't, and you can't spare 5 minutes a day to write on a journal, write on a notepad about how you feel, what you're thinking through on a day by day, then unfortunately you're going to stay stuck, okay? But this is how you create awareness, and you have to accept it. Okay, I'm aware that, hey, I'm aware that I'm overweight and sometimes struggle to fit in all of these clothes that my family sometimes gifts me, okay? Because I usually like to wear just black Burberry t-shirts or black Hugo Boss V-necks. That's why I have a gazillion of them. And I like wearing the same thing so that I don't have to think about it. That's why you'll see me wear almost the same designed clothes all the time, okay? So do an inventory. That will create massive awareness. Okay, number 2, you gotta get into a proactive planning state. What that means is you can't be waking up each day and this person wants something, your kid wants something, your wife, your husband wants something, and you're just free flowing. You need to be proactively planning, okay? Because if you proactively plan, here's what happens. You're in charge, you're in control of your day. And even if you can do 30 minutes, an hour a day, and it could be the most simplest of habits. So you got to proactively plan your day, okay? You can break it down in hours, okay? You can break it down in minutes, you can break it down however the heck you want, but get into the habit of prioritizing. For example, one of the rules I have is, how do I produce more than I consume? Why am I watching other people if I can get in front of a camera and produce? Okay, why am I always reading this versus why am I not writing another book? Because the last book I wrote, Backpack Millionaire, helped a lot of people. Boom. I'm always conditioning myself. How do I get out of a slump? Instead of being reactive, being proactive. Okay, so that's number 2. Plan your days proactively. Number 3, this is weird to say because right now I have a super messy desk in all on transparency. Mikey, you can actually show a picture of how messy this entire place looks. But the truth is, okay, if you have a clean desk, if you have a clean bed, my bedroom is always clean. It's always nice and neat. That's the place where I want to go and relax. I want to unplug, right? So number 3, keep your environment clean, neat. That way your mind could be focused and you're not focused on all the little things that could get annoying. Okay, number 4, remove social media distractions. The last thing that you want when you are stuck in a state of you don't know what to do, you're feeling overwhelmed, powerless, confused, out of control, the last thing you need is to see 10 notifications pop up on your YouTube or on your Instagram. You don't want to be wasting time clicking around. Stop clicking around, okay? Look, social media, when people are posting, when you know your favorite YouTubers, people that you follow on Instagram, people that are WhatsApping you, you know, it's all designed to take your focus away, okay? So the best thing you can do is just shut things out for a while. Try putting your phone on airplane mode. When I want to get deep work done, my phone is not even anywhere to be seen. You know, as they say, out of sight, out of mind. Self-explanatory. Next one, let's go. Use a timer, and this is what has been one of my greatest hacks of all time. You know, I put a timer on. You can get a little kitchen timer from Amazon. You can put it on your phone. Whatever the case is, put a timer on and tell yourself, hey, for the next 20 minutes, I am just going to do that. Okay, so for example, for these videos, I put a timer on for the next 4 hours. I want to create as many videos as I can because when I'm traveling, hey, I may not be able to have the right videos be uploaded. Okay, so putting a timer on forces you to focus. All right, number 6, fast action, slow thinking. You want to take massive action real fast. And one of the ways you want to do that is by putting speed of urgency in everything that you do. Okay, this way what will happen is, you know, when you're in a state of stuckness, usually what tends to happen is you're just going round and round in a never-ending cycle of anxiety, sadness, anger, all sorts of emotions that aren't good for the soul, right? And you know this, right? So what do? This is something I learned from Grant Cardone, okay? Uncle G. And this is something I learned from, have your days so scheduled, have your days so packed out that there is no time to procrastinate. There is no time to waste time, right? Like there is no time to do anything else apart from that. And if, by the way, if you haven't read his book 10X, definitely grab that. I read it, I listened to it multiple times, and I'm like, this is one of the best books, especially if you're feeling stuck, right? If you're feeling like, man, I need to get my stuff together, listen to that on audio, put it on repeat, and whatever Grant is telling you, go and do those things, okay? Next one. Okay, number 7, create a mindful practice for yourself, okay? This morning I woke up and I maybe was in a slump for a few minutes, and my wife just said, hey, before you do anything, go over there and do 5 minutes of dhikr, okay, 5 minutes of meditation. Just sit there for 5 minutes, no tech. Then I just sat there for 5 minutes and I was just basically meditating and praying. Right? After 5 minutes, I'm like, wow, okay, I feel much better. So whatever it is that you need to do, maybe you need to go and pray. Maybe you need to sit with a journal. Maybe you need to just go for a walk. Get these habits in place, right? Get these habits in place so that you don't want to be in this, right? But if you are in this, then you need to build the habits so the habits can take you out of this. When I meet entrepreneurs and they tell me that they're in a slump, remember, you're in a slump, not because, oh yeah, you just woke up one day and you're in this slump. Okay, so let's just say this is what a slump looks like, okay? Can you see that? Okay, you're in a slump, remember, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things, usually it's more than just one thing. Many things have compounded upon themselves, right? Bang, 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 bang. And now it feels like the whole world is crashing down. Does that make sense? So maybe you've been eating poorly, you know, instead of doing your business, you've been watching Netflix, you've binged a whole series, and now you feel guilty, and now you've become angry to your loved ones, and now you realize you need to stay up late because you need to make up, and now you realize your bank account is going down, and so it's like, boom, and then that's the slump that happens, right? So you got to get really good at identifying, hey, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 habits. Okay, how do I now go and reshift and create these new habits so that instead of going down like this, you can go back up like that? How's that for some art? All right, number 8, and this is a reminder I have to always go through because sometimes I'm not the best at it, okay? But take control of what you're putting in your mouth. You know, what you eat directly affects your energy. How you sleep, when you sleep, you know, the best advice for sleeping is go to bed at the same time each night, okay? For me, if I stick with just eating clean, drinking lots of water so I'm hydrated, okay? A lot of the times when you're in a slump, you forget to eat clean. You forget to drink lots of water, okay? I always have lots of water next to me. When I don't have water and I'm dehydrated, I don't think clearly. So I'm very moody or I snap, okay? Or if I have sugar, I'm basically off sugar. I've been off sugar for like more than 2 weeks now. And my mind just has been much more clear. I realize if I eat stuff like rice, pasta, heavy carb stuff, okay, my brain just goes, like it just goes, right? And I can't, like, it just wastes 2, 3, 4 hours of my time. If I value myself at $5,000 an hour, that meal just cost me $20,000. So get in control of your eating, of your drinking. You know, if you're smoking, you're drinking alcohol, you're doing drugs, figure out a way to kind of reduce all of that, okay? And you can identify what are the bad habits that you're doing, okay, when you're in a slump. Identify them, okay? Remember what I said, identify so you can be aware of them. And then, okay, then you can take responsibility. This is the number 1. And I left the last one because it's the most important one, okay? When you are in a slump, when things aren't going right, when you've just had a bust up with your loved one, when your business is down, you're not happy with the bank account that you have, you're not happy with how your business is, you're not happy with yourself in general, the number 1 thing that you can do is take responsibility, okay? Because if you take responsibility, guess who's in charge? You are. If you take responsibility, you tell yourself, oh, it's my fault, okay? Even if it's not your fault, take responsibility, because if you make it your fault, now you have the power to change things. Anytime that you blame, you complain, you whine, you criticize, you're giving all that power to someone or something else. Yo, just take responsibility. So what if you screwed up? So what if you tried 5 different businesses? Who cares if you got scammed and you lost a bunch of money? You gotta move on. Because see what happens is, when you take full responsibility, you're in control, okay? If you're in control, then you have the power to do whatever the heck you want. So guess what you want to do? You want to create a compelling future, okay, with big goals. Because look, if you are even if you take responsibility and you accept, okay, you know what, this is how things are, blah, 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 I get it, it's my fault. You need something that's gonna pull you, right? Like when I spend a lot of time with Tony Robbins, almost every single one of them comes back down to this. You're stuck because you lack a compelling vision, a compelling future for yourself. So take time out, even straight after this video, right? And come up with 3 to 5 goals, 3 to 5 things that will really compel you. Maybe you want to buy your wife a house that she deserves, that your kid deserves. Maybe you want to get into the best shape of your life so you have confidence and you carry yourself better. Maybe you want to work on your self-esteem. Whatever the case is, maybe you want to make your first $1 million or your first $100 million. Do something that's going to be compelling and exciting for you, okay? Those are the 9 things. Those are the 9 things you do. Hopefully it gets you out of being stuck and out of this word, okay? If you like this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.